moment of truth. Pretty sure almost every single living thing. Oh, look at my frost hardy thing surviving. Yay. Hello. Might have some damage. Oh yeah. Look at that, some damage. Not terribly surprising. But look. Not everything is damaged. And that little sucker, I don't know if it'll make a comeback. But the only thing I really made sure to try to salvage. I don't know if I can get it out of the ice yet. Let's see. God, it's still cold. Oh, jeez. It's okay. I mean, oh gosh, that would broken plastic tub. I will keep you forever because you have officially earned your keep. Y'all, I have been fighting, and I do mean fighting, to keep this cabbage alive. I've never grown cabbage before. It was a start that I got. It does have some damage from before I made it out here, I'm sure, but it's gonna make it, I think. Sweet baby Jesus. I don't know how I pulled that off. Now, oh, I might have even managed to barely save the spinach. I have no idea how. Oh, okay, let's just, you know what? Let's just do a bit of a garden tour. There were some greens in here that I'm not sure will come back. Some of my little starts that I put in my green stock, they actually look, I mean, sure, some of them may not pull out of it because look, some of these things just got literally iced over. But oh man, oh, look at that whole row. Oh guys, our little buddy is ink. He's just iced in. We will see. I will come back out and see if any of it survived later. Watch me bust my butt. Texans aren't made for this weather, y'all. Oh, my new bed is looking nice and fresh. I have a good bit of soil to add on top of it. And more, I've got more soil to put on here. Got a little bit of cleanup to do. Some of those flowers made it. They were frost hardy flowers. I'm not surprised. Let's see about some of these down here. Ooh. Most of this has not been planted yet because it wasn't time. But you know what? Some of the things, that was lavender or rosemary. I'm not entirely sure. This had already died. It's very soft now. I wonder if the smell will still be there. Not really. I want to say it was lavender. I think it's lavender. Wait, what the what? What's growing? Do you see those little seedlings? What? What is that? I'm gonna leave you and find out because you're survivors. I celebrate survivors. Except for weeds, which that's what you are. You're survivors, but you're weeds, so you will die. But these random little seedlings that I'm not 100% sure what it is yet, I'm gonna let you live until I figure out if you're bad. My little potato area, which I'm pretty sure the squirrels have knifed every potato I tried, but we'll find out. Let's see. It's a little lone blackberry. I'm not really sure one, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've never had berry bushes before. I need to get more. They need buddies. Poor little blueberry bush that has been trying so hard to stay alive. Oh, this little guy. I have some stuff to put in to help him out if he makes it. Oh, that little strawberry. It might try to make a comeback, but it's pretty damaged too. Most of these didn't have anything in it, like I said, but some did. This little strawberry trying to make a comeback too. This is a little pond. Everything's slowly melting. Excuse any gross doggy treasures you may see on the camera. They're unintentionally being documented as well, but case are on. Wow. Oh, all of this stuff that's still in the shade is still pretty iced in. Alright, let's see the last bit up here before we go in and do an indoor garden tour. Yeah, those little buddies. They're gonna make it, but I'm not sure how. The last few things. My rutabagas. I've never grown rutabaga before, and I thought I'd try, and those little buddies have stuck it out through all of it. So I did take in a few things. My hanging flower planter that I've had that had survived everything else. There's a few other things I really should have taken in, but I didn't think about it. Oh. Green stock, you amaze me. These are my leaf green stock. What I did, because I'm so short, is I kidnapped one of the tall green stock bottoms, and instead of putting it with the rest of my tall green stalks, I swapped it out, as you can see, for one of my leaves, so I could actually reach the top to water it. This one's still, it's taller than me when it's on its roller, so it's pretty big. Not, I mean, I'm 4'10", guys, so big accomplishment, but it's a challenge to get the water up there, so hose it is. All right, let's go inside to the seedlings. Okay, I'm kind of trying to be quiet because the tiny human is napping, and I'm taking a moment to move around the house and the garden and see what my growing skills are doing these days. The first half was recorded on my phone because I wasn't actually planning on recording, but I had a moment, and it's 44 degrees out instead of freezing. Like literally, it has been in the 30s and 20s all week. And again, I know, this Texas girl doesn't know how to handle the cold. You're right. No questions asked, no arguments. It is the truth. But I thought I might as well take advantage of my opportunity to get out and uncover my cabbage, because the mistake I didn't want to make was leaving that coverage over it, because we're not supposed to be getting any more sleet, any more of the precipitation. I don't even think it's supposed to get below freezing for the next few days, about a week at least. I think there's one day that it gets down to 35. I'll watch that one. Texas weather truly is unpredictable. I know a lot of people say that about their states. We have a lot of jokes and we share memes across the US of other people who feel similarly. The truth is, we don't know how to handle cold, and 9 times out of 10, Texas is just hot. We just don't get a lot of variation. So when we do, it feels drastic. So like our springs could be completely frozen over, or it could be warm and sunny. It just is what it is. And we only have a handful, and I do mean a handful, of really nice days. But I'm up in the North Texas area, so, well, Northwest. We get a little bit more variation than those who are like South Texas. They get a lot more heat. So I really can't complain. I feel like I live in a pretty decent world when it comes to the weather. Y'all, I look special. My only excuse is literally, it's Friday, and since Monday, yeah, we've been iced in. Daycare's been closed. I have been working, because remember, I work full time. I've been working from home with my 2-year-old. Just us, stuck inside, with only each other and the dogs to be entertained with. So the poor thing probably hates life. She's doing all right. But y'all didn't come in here to listen to me chat about all that fun. You came for my mini version of a garden tour. We'll call it the first one of 2023. Ish. Okay guys, you've heard me talk about my one survivor jalapeno plant that came back from seeds this last summer when everything else died. It volunteered. Technically, I think this might actually be 2 plants. You can see they have 2 main stalks, so somehow I ended up with 2. I heard that you can overwinter them, that they could technically be perennials, depending on how you take care of them. And so I thought, you know what? It's worth a shot. So it has been living inside my house all winter, and even part of fall, trying to keep it. Since my seed room has a heater and obviously some grow lights, I figured this might be the best place for it. I do need to roll it actually, probably into that corner because that will get it more light, but I'll worry about that later. Now, for my mystery plants, these are the things that I started to try for my cold weather crops. I have more arugula, which apparently is pretty hardy, so I'll keep that sucker alive. Not entirely sure what I was growing in that one. Some kind of leafy something. It's a leafy something. Some kind of leafy something. We'll figure it out. And then, so I learned my lesson, before anybody yells at me, I learned my lesson about not labeling every container. So, some of these delightful plants, broccoli. Others, Brussels sprouts. I can kind of sort of tell the difference now that they're getting bigger. So if you notice, the broccoli leaves are not quite as smooth as the Brussels sprouts. So I think that's how I'm going to tell the difference. Ooh, momentary pause, the dogs are barking. So all right. That dog, she's my German Shepherd. She has to follow me everywhere, and she cries when she's not in the same room, and last thing I want is for her to wake the baby. So anyways, I think that's how I'm going to tell the difference between what is broccoli versus what is a Brussels sprout. Let's see if you guys can zoom in and look a little bit. See, the leaf is smooth. It still has, I mean, it's ridges and bumps, but the broccoli is not near, it's more, gosh, what's that word? Scalloped around the edges. And so, and I'm pretty sure these bigger ones are broccoli too. So we'll find out. They'll grow and we'll see what I get. And then my 2 artichokes. I do know what these are because I only have 2 artichokes and I've kept them together. So at least there's that. But like I said, I learned my lesson. I need to treat these. We get the soil gnats, whatever you want to call them, fungus gnats, really bad with our soil. I have no idea why. I need to start, it's the soil I buy, let's just be real, but I need to start treating them again. You do it with water and hydrogen peroxide. It will help kill all that. I also have neem oil if I need it. But I thought I would show you some of my little seedlings. So again, this was from the round before I learned to label everything. This whole tray is the asparagus that I was trying to grow. You can see it's coming up. So I'll be digging out my asparagus bed soon. Get these little guys their home. Back here in the first group right here, I didn't think any were going to grow, but there's my celery. I have some celery coming up, guys. Now, okay, I gotta confess something before we go too far into this. Okay, so
I mentioned in a previous video that it was my seed haul and that it was supposed to be my last one and that I'm a liar. So this is me sharing how much of a liar I am. And I can admit and try to change and grow. I definitely put in more orders for more seeds and more peppers, and they may not have all arrived yet. And I may have started more than I probably need, but I can always give them away or sell the seedlings if I want. I can do all kinds of things with them. So I'm going to justify my actions and my behavior. I learned to be better about marking all the trays. So lessons were learned. Here are some of my flowers and my peppers. I have my basic jalapeno growing up. You can see it's coming along. They're starting to lean towards the light, so I really need to adjust how they're doing. My Sugar Rush Peach, my Ozark Giant, California Wonder, the ones I'm going to use specifically for my green stock, which are California Wonder. Let's see, my mystery pepper, because I thought that would be funny if you remember. It's growing. My habanada, ancho, back there. I have, let's see if I can focus in for you. Here we go. My jalapenos, shishito. Those are going to be my favorite. I love shishitos. Let's see, that's the Purple Beauty. Let's see, Craig's Grande. And then I have some flowers, Snow Princess, my Black Double Pansy, my Indian Blanket, and let's see, that's my Orange Flame Marigold. And then other things that are growing. These, I did a much better job of actually labeling everything. And so it's the whole row, but I gave them all labels. My Colossus Red Gold Marigold, Cracker Jack Marigold, Spun Orange, my Chamomile, I was excited. I did get the oregano, it's Wild Zahar, and then rosemary, so rosy, rosemary. It needs to be watered desperately. And then my last round of peppers that I got in, I did only 2 of each. So I have more shishito peppers, just a different group. I have more Purple Beauties. So this one's new. New Mix Joe Parker pepper, never heard of it. Emerald Giant Pepper. And my Cayenne Purple Pepper. And Mulatto. Yes, my Mulatto. So those are my current seedlings. Those are my current seedlings. They are surviving. They do need to be watered, and some of them are ready, as you can see, to be up planted. So they need some up pots. Thankfully, I have plenty. So I mentioned in previous videos that I use other containers besides just buying a bunch of actual fancy ones, mostly because I'm cheap. Actually, I shouldn't say that. It's not necessarily that I'm cheap. It's that I'd rather reallocate my resources, and I'd rather spend that money on seeds and tools and fun things. Pots are mostly boring. So I have party cups that I'm going to be drilling holes in and using my marble trick to grow any of these that need to be up planted or up potted. You know, it's funny, my grandmother, Meemaw Woods up in Oklahoma, she just finds random seedlings, usually from trees and things that she's had in her yard, her fruit trees. And she has been notorious for using like old coffee cans or yogurt containers, the giant Country Time margin containers, all the things. And so every time I do this, I think of her because I'm sure that's where I got most of it. I knew it's possible, and that's how she grows them. Might as well. If it works for her, it works for me, Mom. They've been farming. Her parents were farmers. Her husband was a farmer. Her children were farmers, some of them. Some of her grandkids are farmers. Our whole family. We got a bunch of farmers. If it worked for them, why wouldn't it work for my little POA farm? So thanks for hanging out with me. Again, I'm Kristen. This is the POA Farmer. In fact, I am the POA Farmer, at least on this channel. Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon. Take care now.